If we are in the key of G, how would this chord function? Here's what's written from low to high. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is figure out what the chord actually is. So notes from low to high are A, E, G, C sharp, and then we have another E on top. Now when the note is doubled at the octave, we don't need to worry about that for the chord. It's just an E. So what we're going to do now, we have 4 different notes from low to high, A, E, G, and then C sharp. We want to stack these notes into ascending thirds. With these letter names, we have to label A as the root, C sharp is the third, E is the fifth, and then the G is the seventh of the chord. So this is going to be some kind of A chord, and because we have a seventh, it's some kind of A7 chord. So the next step to figure out if it's a major, minor, augmented, or diminished chord is to look at the intervals between the notes. A up to C sharp is 4 half steps, that's a major third. C sharp up to E is 3 half steps, that's a minor third. Major third plus minor third, that is the recipe for a major chord. So we have an A chord here, A major chord, and we have the seventh on top, the G. It's a seventh because it's a seventh above the root. So the chord here is A7 or A dominant 7. Now real quick on an A7 chord or A dominant 7 chord, there are different types of 7 chords. This one here is a major triad or major chord, and the seventh on top is a minor seventh above the root, or you can also think of it as E up to G as a minor third. So from the fifth of the chord up to the seventh of the chord, that's a minor third. So this formula here, major chord plus a minor seventh on top, that's a dominant 7 chord, and it functions as a 5 chord when we're thinking of diatonic harmony. So here, the A7 chord, it has to function in the key of G if we go back to our question. So diatonically, this doesn't fit with the G major scale, okay? The dominant 7 chord in G major is a D chord, D7 or D major chord. So how do we figure out what the A chord is? This is a secondary function chord. It's a little bit of a tricky question. A7 is what? It's 5 of D, okay? And D is 5 of G. So what is this chord? This chord would function as 5 of 5 in the key of G.